Dust in the wind, my friend.
I don't know. To me, it more looks like the metal is falling, but what you're seeing is the insulation that's around the beams causing the dust. And so then it's actually just disappearing into the actual metal is just disappearing into the dust.
Get your logic and reasoning out of here, bro. We're talking dustification, direct energy
Dustification.
weapons. What's crazy is they describe a lot of witnesses that were in building one prior to the collapse claimed that they didn't feel any heat. And in fact, the opposite, they felt extreme cold occurring.
Mm.
So, the theory being posited here is that what we saw on 9/11 defies our understanding of weaponry and what kind of powers we have, and that what we saw was a direct energy weapon basically vaporizing the building. Crazy statistic, which I found out very recently, which is we never found 1,100 bodies on 9/11. The bodies were vaporized.
No, they were just scooped up in the rubble.
Vaporized!
Man, 1,100 bodies, huh?
Vaporized? I mean, how often do things get vaporized? I feel like when we did Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we had some vaporization going
A
on,
little bit of
right? Little
vaporization, that's
vaporization going on there.
right.
This video is fascinating, though. They talk about how the dust particles were so small that they were the size of that they were like DNA. They can go into your DNA.
No, I'm not even doing
Yeah.
that.
Come on, man.
You gotta
Jump
have,
on
like,
board the
a
crazy train with me, Mike. Ah, yeah. It's a party up in here, baby. We're vaporizing, we're dustifying. Come on, man.
you gotta get, like, a "No, that's stupid," or something button.
Oh, yeah, all right. It's I got let's see here. That's
No!
all I got. Yeah.
Good enough.
Something you're stupid. That'll be a show note for later. Your stupid sound bite.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, so you
dust
aren't
in your DNA, come on.
okay, but
How far do you guys have to go with this conspiracy? We got we got direct energy weapon, we
you're
got 11
chemtrailing right now, dude. I could turn the
bodies.
camera and show you the chemtrails right now. We're being smoked out like bugs.
S Sell me on the direct energy weapon first, right? And then, you know, stir in the DNA
All right, well,
dust.
we'll eliminate the DNA dust, but we'll say
Yeah.
direct energy weapon. I'm a big fan of this idea. It does seem, what we witnessed doesn't seem real. You know what I mean? Like the way those
Right.
towers collapse, it just defies all of our understanding of demolitions and how this kind of stuff rolls. So, maybe direct energy weapon is something we can consider. I remember reading during the Iraq invasion how they were seeing evidence of laser weaponry being used and other forms of direct energy weapons that they were experimenting on during the shock and awe campaign. So
No, no, we have them. We use them right now. They're on a lot of ships.
yeah.
But Frank, we just use them to shoot down missiles. We would never use it on civilians.
No, no, we would never do it to change the entire landscape of the world and institute a 20-year war and just pilfer of the resources of the Middle East, right? No, that's not what we're gonna do.
Uh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would explain it because there is, you do talk about how a controlled demolition, it would take so many people to do it, but a direct energy weapon from
Absolutely.
space,
Yeah, Jewish, right? It's gotta be Jewish, I think, if
well,
we're gonna
I
do
mean,
this,
it's in
whole thing.
space. Yeah, come
The
on.
space laser, man, come on.
And now that I think about it, very clear skies on 9/11.
Right.
Nobody was controlling the weather that day.
No chemtrails. Great call, my man.
Everything was
Absolutely.
focused on New York City. New York City.
New York City.
Wow.
I like
Wow.
I like the direct energy weapon, theory. It's we're now what's funny is come to me 20 years ago and I would have not even come close to entertaining direct energy weapon being used on that day. But here we are now, post Lahaina and everything else that we've seen. over the in the last 5 years, I'm like, "What? Direct energy weapon? That's the only thing that can explain 9/11 in my mind." You know what I'm saying? Like, get what else is there?
Good call.
Yeah. Huge fan of
Direct
it.
energy weapon. Definitely explains Building 7.
Well, that they go on in the video to say that
Yeah.
if you watch the way the smoke is exiting Building 7, it defies physics and how smoke generally leaves fires when there's blown out windows, right? It usually the smoke goes the path of least resistance and goes out the window. Instead, in this case, it was all being directed. It looked like it was being sucked out almost of one side of the building. And she goes on to make the claim in there that for 7 hours straight, building 7 miraculously burned and then it just collapsed on itself. So seemed like they got rid of a lot of evidence for 7 hours.
You had to burn the papers.
uh, well, NSA had offices there, CIA, FBI. I mean, every three-letter agency you can think of, and the ones we don't even know of, were hanging out in Building
I
7. And
know,
they're like,
it's crazy.
"We're gonna burn this sucker for 7 hours and then just collapse it on itself." Right?
And then the Pentagon got hit. I'm sure there were papers in there. Everything that ever gets hit seems to have a lot of evidence in it.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it's crazy. We are on the anniversary, 30th anniversary, yesterday of Oklahoma City bombing.